I'm here at Calavedera, one of the best courses in the country. It's in Northern California in Lincoln. And the green is very fast because it hasn't grown a lot of grass in the winter. It's fairly smooth, and I wanted to talk a little about how to read the greens. Traditionally, you'll see people walking around and dangling putters in front of their faces and doing all sorts of elaborate things. I actually think that they miss one of the most important that you see manifest by some of the great champions in history. Nicklaus was a lovely example. He'd bend over, and the first thing that they do is scan the horizon with their eyes, because if your eyes are not level when you're reading the green, you don't get a proper reading. And then once they've leveled their eyes, they then drop their head down to look at the grass between the ball and the hole, but not the corridor that they surmise would be the right one. They look back and forth, a bit like a radar scanner on an airport. And as you go back and forth, you start to see the topography of the ground. It emerges. And so on this part, as I scan it, I can see that we're going into a dip, over a ridge, down into another dip, and all of it drifting to the left. And it's that macro read that does most of the work. Yes, I think a good golfer would look at the last 3 feet and say, is there anything there that would change my mind? But the macro read by far is the more important. Then once you've developed the line, then you've got to, of course, aim the club, and that depends a little on your habits and the design of your putter, whether you have a good chance to aim it well. And of course, I'm going to choose to aim it maybe about 3 feet to the right of this hole because of the break. Then you've got to get the speed right, which is the other of the two things you do in putting, getting the speed and getting the direction. And so I do that by looking at the target, because it allows my brain and my hands and eyes to get on the same page about the distance with the target. And then walk up, aim the club, settle, look at the ball, of course, and then fire. And you can see it's starting to drift to the left. And so I ended up about, wow, it ran a bit past, about 4 feet past, and slightly too far left. So on the next one, I'm going to borrow a little more, as they used to call it, and aim about 3.5 feet to the right. That's curving better, but it's a little too long. Now you saw that it curved not like a rainbow. It curved like a fishing rod, and the difference is important. A rainbow would require that the ball be the same speed all the time, but of course it isn't. It's going fast to begin with and slow when it stops. So it curves like a fishing rod, and that picture means that you refine your concept of where to aim.